Hi guys, Dickie Martin from Carlson Gracie London with my student Richard. I'm going to show you some more techniques today. Today we're going to show you something from the mount position. So certainly one of the most dominant positions in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and one of my favorite. In this position, it's very common for your partner to try and defend by pushing your hips. If Richard pushes and bridges and bench presses me here, he can get his guard back quite nicely. But when he reaches down to this position here, he's setting himself up to get Ezekiel choked. It's one of the most simple chokes in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but if you get the setup right, you're going to be able to do it good. His hands are down, I'm going to immediately come down and hug his head. Very important for me to get super tight with my arms on both sides, because if Richard's arm is on the inside, your Ezekiel's not going to work. Okay, you need to have his arms trapped. So here my chest is very tight to his chest and my hands are hugging extremely tight. So in this position here, I have good base. I can open his head up with my face, reach inside my own sleeve. You're going to go with your knuckles past his head. If you don't like the guy, then you're going to give him some pain on his cheekbone. Get through to the neck, and here I'm in a position to finish. You need to keep your base. So I need to have my elbow basing and allowing me to stop him from turning me over. And I need to make sure that I'm ready to defend any bridges, because my hand position is not great. So as my partner bridges to the side here, I'm going to use my feet to control his hips. Very important here, you just hug his butt with your feet, and it's very difficult. If your feet go underneath his butt, then when he rolls, then it's much, much easier for him to bridge you. So when I'm here and hugging my partner really tight, it's very important to keep this space tight. I don't want to have any room through here for Richard's fingers. See them there? Those fingers there? They're going to stop your choke. This is going to stop your choke for sure. Okay, so I have to keep that tight. I'll allow a bit more space so we can see with the camera. I grab hold inside my collar, and here, my knuckles, I've got a huge amount of leverage with this hand pushing down, and this hand comes in here. You can slip all the way across the neck and go to this side and grab my sleeve here, and you have a very, very tight Ezekiel choke over here as well. But usually it's going to be this fist trying to shut down this nice artery here. You see it there? I'm going to grab hold and put my knuckle in that artery, and then I push down with one hand and push in with the other. Very, very strong way to close the artery and finish the choke. A nice detail I like to help myself finish in this position is to bring my deltoid onto my partner's nose and mouth, and here, finish. You can also put some pressure into his body with your grapevines and driving your hips into his sternum. A very, very unpleasant position, but I've used this position to win European Championships and World Championships and British Championships. So, don't put your hands down here, or if you do, make sure that you're bridging the whole time. If Richard's bridging, then it's much harder for me to establish the position that I want. When he puts his hands down here and starts bridging, I can pinch with my legs to stop him from getting his knees and his hips out. I come down, control his head, and here, hug him very tight with my armpits. Richard, bring your hands back in. Very difficult for him to bring his hands in to stop the choke, and here, a brutal finish. Not a very nice way to get finished. Sorry, Richard. He's used to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Carlson Gracie. Awesome.